What a beautiful day in sport mode where there's a grappling gun. I kind of forgot I spawned. You might be asking, what exactly am I doing in this game? I've had this game for quite a while. It's quite fun. And, I wanted to experiment with my creativity a little bit, especially with this game kind of being like Gmod in a way. But there's not really a lot for me to work with. I mean, here's an AK, for example. It's just typical AK. I mean, there's not really much, going for this gun. But what if we were to put it on a workbench? Alright, we're gonna do this The Last of Us style. Alright, so, got gun right here. Alright, so it's right there, right? Okay, so we can take, let's see here, we'll take a 1911. Alright, so we got 1911. Alright, let's say, put it right here, underneath the AK. Okay, now we get our weld tool, and then weld the two together. And then look at that. You carry that. I mean, ADS ain't really correct, but now you have a little underbarrel attachment. That is a little bit confusing to reload, but hey, now you have a little underbarrel attachment for your good old AK-47. But preferably, you'd want something like a Glock, right? Because you don't want a stinking 1911 that's actually a bit less powerful than the Glock and has like less rounds on it. You don't want that, right? But you remember our good old friend Gaz from COD 4 teaching us that switching to your pistol is always false in reloading. Now you don't even have to switch. It's just right there. So, we'll give myself a little 3 melee robots to test it. I'm out of ammo. And then boom. And then we reload this too. And then kablooey. But then again, you don't want a measly 1911 being a burden on your little AK-47. And then the other thing that Gas said was that, hey, using your knife is even faster than switching to your pistol. So we said it like that, right? Now hear me out. Give me a little Glock here. However, now hear me out. This is actually an effective way to add a laser sight onto your AK. And a couple other things. So, put the stuff on there. Maybe it's... Alright, so there you go. Now you set it right there. And you want to, however you want it, you can inch it a little bit to, put it to your own appeal. Maybe you like it a bit further back on the AK-47. Maybe you like it a bit closer to the barrel of it. So, then you get your weld tool, and then you make a constraint. But, say you're in a bad situation. Whoops. And now, you have another problem. Both of your guns are unloaded. So, you don't have any time to reload, you've got several people coming after you. Okay, let me show you how to make yourself ye old bayonet. You see, you just go to your melee, and then you get an assassin's blade, or whatever, or it can be a kunai too, doesn't matter. You set it on the right side of the barrel of the gun. Make sure it doesn't. Make sure the bullets don't collide into it, though. So preferably, you want to set it right here. Actually, put it on the left. Okay. Now you get your weld gun again, and then you make a weld constraint between the assassin's blade and the AK. Off. Away with you. Alright, there you go. Now the gun's a bit more heavy, and I didn't really do the bayonet any justice. But, there you go. But, what if you don't like mobility with your weapons? Well, boys, I've got a good old solution for you. See, got a little office table here, and we're just gonna just do a little modification to it. Now, you want to make sure you're behind the office table, so you got a little bit of cover from whatever the frick's shooting at you. But what if you don't like the comfort of being able to run around with a weapon wherever you go? Well, I have a solution for that. So now what you want to do is, it's going to be a bit uncomfortable, but bring up your spawn menu and make a weld constraint from the desk with the MP5. And now, if you want double the firepower, weld the MP5 case together, and then, you can dual wield them like this. There's not a lot of room, but you can weld these two together and have twice the power. Again, it's not comfortable by any means. Trust me, it isn't. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna have a couple of volunteers come up to demonstrate the gun. But then again, their shooting skills... I was going to say their shooting skills are worse than Nick A30's intro, but they did not back down, and they did not give up.
Amazing! Never back down, never give up.
Which makes this the perfect timing to show you guys the oh-so-patented grapple gun. Spider-Man your way with ease. And now we're back up to the workbench. You ever feel like these two things do not satisfy you enough? Well, we've got a good old trick for that. We're in the plains, and we're gonna put these two katanas down against one another, actually. I love how they light up. That's actually so sick. Alright, so they're right there, right? Now you make yourself a little weld constraint between the two blades, at least the handles, and kaboom. It's a bit more heavy, but you now have a little double blade. I actually don't remember what we call these. But boom, you now have a special weapon that is not used by any other melee robots. Oh god, I threw it. Oh, your arm's missing. And that is what the double blade katana is capable of. If you use it correctly, you are a Jedi Master to not be reckoned with. Is this ever enough shotgun for you? Just a stereotypical M90? Well, if you said yes, that's the wrong answer, you freak. Because that's not what the theme of Calamini Enterprises is meant to be. If that was never enough shotgun for you, allow me to show you the M90 Olympia. If this is never enough shotgun for you, a stereotypical old shotgun, well, I just now found your solution to life. Now we had to defy a bit of no-clip physics for this thing to work, because I'm not really part of the Olympia gang, I'm part of M14 gang, but this does seem to work really well if you're into this sort of thing, and we shall demonstrate it for you right now against some volunteer shooter dummies. Now, I'm gonna... Now we had to go in slow-mo for the test to properly use this thing without getting oh! Needless to say, he didn't make it. Now, you might think that the 1911 AK-47 underbarrel attachment was the craziest thing we ever done since canned bread. But there's something that is the biggest achievement that Calamini Enterprises has ever made. Ladies and gentlemen, I show you the Super Mega Death Sword. Now this thing is extremely heavy because one man average Joe isn't enough to wield this thing. You've got tasers on the side of a blade to make sure that your target is stunned on impact. Then you've got Wolverine claws on the end of the blade to ensure that you inflict bleeding. And then, in case there's anyone sneaking up behind you, a safety kunai to stab anything behind. Nothing can overpower the Super Mega Death Sword. Electricity, bleeding, and safety, all packed into one measly katana. Let's see what it's got. my friends, is the demonstration of the premium product. All crafted by your friends at Calamini Enterprises. So that's all I can really show from Calamini Enterprises, because I'm not really friends with the company anymore, and they do not like whenever I show off their experiments. I just got a notification that they found this footage. They are after me now. They are sending shooter dummies and melee dummies with the Super Mega Death Sword. All of them have it. Well, it's been a fun ride, guys. I'm out.